How is it that this contraption is sharing needgod.com with minimum 2,400 people per 8-hour period while I sleep on autopilot? So check this out, guys. This is something that I made recently. You have some weights, a fan, this piece of wood right here, a nail, and this little rubber thing, and some more pieces of wood that I nailed together, and a rubber band. This is being utilized for the glory of God to share needgod.com. Now, just want to mention a couple of things though before I explain what this is all about. Is that again, the title says it all. This is about sharing needgod.com. It's not directly sharing the gospel, like one-to-one or anything like that. It is trusting in the sovereignty of God and getting the joy from being able to do that. You never know. I mean, we all heard of crazier stories of how people were saved through the gospel message, through different ways of how they received it. Maybe somebody's flipping through the channels on the radio and then they land on a Christian station or something like that. With needgod.com, that pretty much gives you a lot of information just in those two words in that website, in that web address, needgod.com. Someone might see that and God can work on that person's heart to lead them to, hey, maybe curiosity will carry them over to check that website out, and then they will receive the gospel message. So that's kind of the method behind this. Again, it's while I sleep. So it's really no time wasted on my part to be able to do this. So what am I talking about? Well, if you remember, the few of you guys who probably have gone through my No Gospel Tracks, No Problem videos, there's 14 of them, I believe, so far. The 7th one was talking about how we can utilize video gaming. Just bear with me, hold on. Utilize that to spread the gospel in various different ways. And I think I talked about some of the ways that I do it. Well, what I'm going to be showing you guys today is utilizing the Nintendo Switch, excuse the mess, playing Tetris. Who hasn't heard of Tetris? Who hasn't played Tetris? You can use Tetris, of all things, to share the gospel with 2,400 people minimum. It's actually more than that, per night. Now, disclaimer, this might not apply to all of you. The purpose of this video, though, first of all, praise God that we can be able to do this. Second of all, pray for this ministry right here. I don't do this every single night or every single opportunity I get, but I do it every once in a while. And maybe just to spark some creativity in you, maybe to get you thinking about something, how, use what you have at home to be able to do something. So, yeah, so I showed you my contraption down here. It's not just that. It actually consists of these controllers right here, but I'll get to that in a minute. To give you guys a quick recap and maybe add some more things, because there's a bunch of things since I did the No Gospel Tracks, No Problem video number 7, where I talk about this. There's been a lot of things. I mean, there's so many different things that we've been able to do as a family. And just a disclaimer, no, I'm not, being an adult, I'm not like, some video game obsessive 36-year-old who's always playing video games and neglecting his family. No, this is something for the family, and we use it for YouTube a lot as well. And the kids play it and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't want to give that impression at all. But who hasn't heard of Tetris and who hasn't played that in your leisure time? In your leisure time, you can use that to share or spread the gospel through a movie website like 180movie.com or the needgod.com page. And I also have gracetoyou.org, which is John MacArthur's page. And there's actually several other ones that I had come up with before, and I never used them yet except for WTSWLP.org. That's my old church's radio station website, which has Bible preaching on all day. So of the few years, we had this now for 3 years, of the thousands and thousands and thousands of names that I've seen online, I've never seen anybody have a website. Now, technically, you're not supposed to have a website because you're not supposed to advertise anything, but hey, I've gotten away with it so far, and it's been working out great. So a quick disclaimer, or not disclaimer, but recap. I just wanted to explain a couple of things before I get into what it is I'm doing with this Tetris 99 and this gizmo down here that we made. So real quick, a few of the ways that we've been able to share these websites is that, number one, you can add a whole bunch of people at random. So my friends list for 180movie.com. And by the way, you can only fit 10 characters, but I think it's pretty obvious that that is a website. Same with needguide.com. I had to omit the O in com, but it's very obvious, even more so with needguide.com, that it's a website. So these are all the people I have added. And when you add somebody, it's going to show up. They're going to see it. And I mean, people, believe it or not, are adding my user page, especially the needguide.com one. A whole lot of people have added me on there. And then every time you pop online, they see your name again as a little reminder. Hey, check this website out. You still have an opportunity to check it out, but they've added me still, which is really awesome. And then I don't have as many people on this one right here. So anyway, there's that. Now, some games, like for instance, this one right here, who hasn't heard, if you're, someone around my age, who hasn't heard of the Mega Man series for Nintendo? This is the collection of Mega Man 1 through 6, and they have different challenges on there, and thousands of people play this, okay? They have played this Mega Man Legacy Collection. We actually have the world record for one of the challenges representing 180movie.com. If you want to check out another YouTube page that I have, it is Mega Christian X. That's Mega Christian, one word, and then the letter X after that. And you should find there's probably like 5 subscribers, and they're probably all subscribers from my other YouTube channels. I meant to do something with that channel many years ago when I first created it, but now I just have a few videos on there talking a little bit more about what I do on here. So yeah, I was really happy to be able to get that world record. It's not, somebody did beat it since then, so I'm in second place, but I talk more about that, I think, in one of those videos. But anyway, I want to move on quickly. So this one right here, Super Mario Maker 2, very popular game. You can make your own Super Mario levels. I was able to make, this is really awesome. I do have it on my Mega Christian X channel, but I make a level that shares the gospel. Like in not like in words, but it gives a picture of the gospel. It's got the cross on there, and a lot of it's symbolistic. But anyway, in that I did share fullyfreefilms.com in coins, and a lot of people played that, and a lot of people left comments. A lot of people understood what I was trying to get at, so that was really awesome. Let's see, what else? This game right here, Super Smash Brothers, very, very popular game. And I just want to talk about too, like people, when they see these websites, they do check them out. I mean, of course, not everybody's going to check them out, but a lot of people do. So for instance, I was playing this game, me and my kids were playing this game online, and I was on Facebook watching a live feed of some other people playing it, and you can go into different like rooms and stuff to make it short. So I was there. I didn't like talk to them or tell them I was joining on the Facebook live feed, but I was listening in on their conversation, and they were wondering, hey, what's this 180movie.com? Somebody checked it out, and it, induced a discussion. People are talking about that. So that was really encouraging and awesome. So people do check it out. I think, is there anything else I want to talk about before I get into it? I don't think so. So really awesome stuff. Anyway, I mean, this is just using your leisure time. I don't know if it may apply to some other people out there. Okay, so right there, this person came online. So again, that's just a little reminder. When I log online or log into one of these games, it'll show up on, like 14 people or 17 people or whatever. Those are just the number of people who are online right now. So Tetris 99, that is a free game if you have a subscription to their online service, which is only like $20 a month. We pay a little bit more because we have more than one channel. We have actually 4 of them. That's just so I can have different things. Did I say a month? I meant a year. It's $20 a year, which is super cheap. But anyway, Tetris 99. I'm not going to get into the mechanics of it. It's Tetris kind of with a twist. You're basically playing against 99 other people. I'm just going to show you real quick what it looks like, and then I'll show you what this thing's all about. So at any given time during the day, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of people around the world who are playing this game. So right now, we got 99 people, 98 people. I mean, I'm the 99th person. So it's just getting ready. And who doesn't love Tetris? It's a fun leisure activity, good for the brain. So there's different things you can do. I'm not going to get into the specifics of it. Right now I'm using one hand, so I'm not able to really do anything. So I'm just going to lose on purpose right away. And you can watch all the people around there and see what they're doing. So 98th place. So somebody must have left. Yeah, you can see there's an empty spot right there. So usually it's 99 people anyway. So right now, let me just wait until a couple more people lose. But right now, those people, wherever they are at in the world, they see my name right now, needgod.com. This is showing up on their TV screens, or if they have it in the handheld version, because you can take this out of the dock, they see it right now. So let's just say I'm like 90th place right here. You can always see 5 underneath you and 5 above you. So that's 10 people every game, roughly. So it takes about 2 minutes when you hook up this contraption, which I'm going to show you in just a moment. About 2 minutes. But I tested it the other day, and I wrote down the numbers and such. But after a full 8 hours, I had, let's see, 2,000, or no, however many games, but it's 2,500 and some people potentially that would have seen it. Now, you can see I'm scrolling around right now, and when I say minimum 2,400, technically can be, because I'm just taking 10, okay, so 2 people, or no, every 2 minutes, 10 people, and then in 8 hours. Technically, although it's not going to be realistic, you know, each game you play, you can have all 98 other people scroll through the entire thing and see your name. Now, obviously, it's not going to happen, but I like to scroll sometimes and, you know, see what people have for their name. Sometimes it's pretty creative, but that will definitely catch people's eyes. I mean, even when I, you know, wherever I end up, the names around me always catch my eye. I always look at them, and I'm sure other people do as well. So I believe, again, trusting in the sovereignty of God, He can use that. And people will see that and be like, hey, I might want to check that out. You know, it's really late at night, and maybe they got a lot of things on their mind. God can put it on their heart to check that out. And again, the website says it all. And of course, you can use the 180movie.com or whatever. There's other websites that we have thought about using. We just haven't gotten around to it yet. But I like the needgod.com website the most. So anyway, let me show you what this thing is all about. So I'm going to have to pause it while I get it hooked up. Well, maybe I'll try to do it with one hand. So basically, I need this right here. I'm going to wrap it around that rubber band right there. And by the way, guys, I had thought about this, what I'm about to show you. I had thought about this for so long. Like, how can I make this? I thought of so many different other ways before I came up with this method right here. So I have these weights. It's just for stabilization. I have a weight right there. I'll put a weight right here. I'm going to move this carpet this way a little bit, but then I'll put a weight right here. So when this thing presses over here, it doesn't push itself out this way. So hold on a second. All right, I got it set up. So very basic setup. What you have to do is have this thing hit the A button, and you have to have it held down for just under a second, and I'll explain that in a moment. So we have it on autopilot right now. The game's starting, and it's really irrelevant where you end up as far as placement. So this takes maybe about a minute or so for you to end up losing. But, you know, it's interesting to note that even I'm just letting it sit here, sometimes I can even end up in like 80th or 70th place. And again, it's irrelevant because you're going to have people always in different placements and people always logging on or getting off and other people logging on and things like that. So we'll just let this go through. And there's different things you can do. Tetris 99, it's a little bit different mechanic than just Tetris. Like you have different things up there. I don't fully understand it. I have a pretty good grasp on it, but not fully understanding it. Now, it is possible that every once in a while you're going to have people see your name more than once, which is totally fine. But for the most part, I never see anybody else a second time after I'm playing for a while. So you can do this. It doesn't have to be on autopilot. Just as a leisure activity, every time you play a game, your name ends up on that leaderboard, and someone's going to see needgod.com. So you can see a bunch of names underneath me right there. Hold on a second. Grab the other controller here. Now when this goes right there, it just hit that A button. I didn't have it on the screen at the time, I should have. But you have to have it held for about 1 second so you can get to a new game. Now, you wouldn't believe like how long I've been trying to think of how can I do this. Like I'm not a handyman. I don't know how to build anything. I thought of different methods. Like I thought of a different contraption using a fan, and it will have like this, maybe like a rod like this, and it's got like a little flag or something up here to catch the wind, and then it'll blow it like that, and then something over down here to push the button. The important thing is though that the A button has to be pressed every, at the end of each game. It needs to either be pressed or let go, and there's probably other ways to do this. I just couldn't think of anything, but eventually I thought of this way anyway. It just needs to be pressed for about a second, or it could be held and then let go for a split second and then being held again. That would work too. But yeah, this is it, you guys. And I can go to sleep and have this play all night, 8 hours later or whatever hours later. We'll just say 8 for the purposes of convenience, because that's 2,400 if you go every 2 minutes, 10 people seeing it. But again, it's probably going to be a little bit more than that. I mean, there are some other variables too where it could be slightly less, slightly more, but essentially 2,400 people per 8-hour period. Or if I'm going somewhere, I can set this up. It takes like just a couple of minutes to fiddle around. I have to make sure that everything is touching correctly, maybe adjust the fan a little bit, make sure nothing's sliding. It's pretty easy. It takes just a couple minutes to do. And there you go. I just put it on autopilot, and many people will see that. So yeah, I'm already at 81st place, 80th. Again, placement doesn't really matter. Now, I'm not like the biggest Tetris pro in the world, but I've ended up in 5th place, and even below that a number of times. So you can see right here, 5 people below and then 5 people above. Now it's going to hit that A button right there. Boom. New game. So guys, isn't this awesome? I think it is. I mean, I know some people might like discount it right away and be like, oh, well, it's just showing a website. But guys, just be excited. It's showing needgod.com while I sleep. I'm not wasting any time doing this at all. It's showing that and trusting in the sovereignty of God. There's a lot of joy to be had in that. I don't know about you guys, but for me, there's a lot of joy in being able to just trust God. Now, I should say too that this is not meant to, obviously, like none of these indirect approaches or indirect ways of just sharing a website, none of these no gospel track, no problem videos that I do. None of it is meant to replace formal evangelism or formal training in evangelism and one-to-one evangelism and things like that. That's not the point. Point is, though, if you have something you can do, why not? I mean, I made the post about this on Facebook once. Like, why not? I mean, if I can do this, it takes no time away from me. Or even if I'm just spending leisure time, we all have leisure time, and, maybe for some people it's a puzzle game like Tetris. Why not? That's all I got to say about that. Why not? There's such joy in it. Some people might be critical of it like right away because, well, for maybe several reasons, but just come on, this is pretty cool. I think it is. But I love this game. It is fun. I love Tetris. I love playing against all these people around the world. Obviously, I'm not showing you guys my skill right now. There, I'm using one hand and I don't have access to the other controller to flip the pieces. So let's just purposely lose again. Make it go faster. I think the best I've ever gotten to was 2nd place, just once. But mostly, I get a 5th place a lot. And things start going a lot faster once you get to those, like when you get to like 30th place or whatever, things start falling down really fast. So it's really awesome, guys. I don't think there's much else to say. If there is anything else that I think of to say about this, I will put it in the info section down below. I know not many people statistically read that part, but I'm sure I'm going to forget something. I'll add it in there, or at least if not there, then in the comments section, I'll put something in there. So yeah, maybe none of you guys have a Switch. If you do have a Switch and you do have an online subscription, I recommend putting a gospel sharing website in there. My philosophy is, what's the point of having my name in there or some kind of creative fun name? My last name is Siebold, so the thing in our family is Siebes. Like, okay, I can put that in there, but nobody else is going to get it around the world. And, why not put it as something that might share the gospel? So that's just my philosophy anyway. So every time when one of our kids log in, or if we're watching YouTube or whatever, that will pop up, and then the subscriber, or not subscribers, but my friends list will see it. Or if it's like a game that's online that records your, like you're on your leaderboard or whatever, then that will show up on there. Or if we're making a level in Super Mario Maker, then, or if you're playing other people's levels, your name will show up saying that you played it. So there's just so many ways that this can be utilized. There's probably a ton of things right now I can't think of off the top of my head of how we have used the Switch just in our leisure time, to promote these like gospel sharing websites, and people do check them out. I mean, obviously, again, I can't say it's in droves, but people see it. Just trust in God. That's it. It's no time wasted on my part, like I've said before. So all these people right now can see needgod.com. All these people around me, and it's gonna go to play again right now. Boom, and I don't even have to do anything. Isn't that awesome? So again, it's not meant to replace anything. It's just a why not. That's my philosophy. Why not? If I can, why not? So I'll probably let this run all night. I like to sometimes write down like how many games, because you can do that in a different menu. See where or how many games you have played total, and then I'll take that number, and then when I wake up, I'll take the new number, and then I'll find out how many games I've played overnight. So it's pretty awesome. But again, yeah, I was going to say, you might not be able to have this equipment or this ability. Maybe you don't have a Nintendo Switch or anything like that. But I'm just trying to get you guys to think outside of the box. Think of a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. If there's something you can do out there to, even if it's just something small, sharing needgod.com or whatever. I mean, there's so many ways you can do that. Check out my other No Gospel Track, No Problem videos. And not all of them is about sharing websites. A lot of them are, but not all of them are. Please check that out. I have it in the playlist. Just check out my playlist and you'll find it in there. So, adios. I got nothing else. God bless you guys. And yeah, can't wait to make some more content and show you guys. And please, hope this inspires you to do something. All right, I blabbered on long enough. It's getting boring watching pieces drop. Love the music.